Well, hello, how's it going? How have you been? Welcome back to my channel. It is Thursday and I am at Sam's Club. I just did a pickup order and now I'm going to go in and get a pretzel and a frozen Coke for lunch. I'm waiting for the rain to end. I feel so bad. I went to pick up, my stuff and it's been storming, yet it is so busy. You would think the storms would keep people away, but it's like, no, we're Iowans. It's storming. We need to go prepare for the storm in the storm. Anyway, I feel bad for all the workers having to go out in the rain. I was going to share this in case this ever happens to you. So obviously my dad passed away last year and I was the executor of the estate and all that stuff. And there wasn't an estate. He'd liquidated his assets, but I was still like the person. I was still on his account at the bank. So when he passed, whatever cash was left in his account, they moved to me. When I had to file his taxes, the federal deposited it in my account, but state mailed him a check made out to him. So I've had it for a while, just didn't want to do it. But I finally went in today and I took all the paperwork. People were like, take his death certificate, all that. So I did, but it turned out because they could still pull up the records that I was on his account and that they had when he died, that all that had already been done. So they were able to just take that check and cash it and put it into my checking account. So that is done. Hopefully that's the last thing. Well, there'll still be the marker. I'm still going to have to pay $800 and some for the marble thing that the marker goes on. But the marker itself is coming from the VA and they do that for free, which is another thing. I had no idea. So note that if your loved one or you were ever in military service, the VA will provide a free marker. And there's quite a few to choose from. It's not like you just get one, because initially I was like, I wanted them to match my mom and brother, which again, why? Doesn't matter. We're all going to be dead eventually. No one's going to care. But I was like, well, I just assumed I would get one that matched theirs. And she's like, you don't want the free one? I'm like, free? So, but there were a lot of different choices. There were choices if you have a spouse and you're going to get like the double marker. I chose one that is similar looking to my mom and brother, which is very simple. But that is free. That is a benefit if you've served in the U.S. military, which I had no idea about. So, but we are still waiting for that and it's May. So I've only been up there twice since he died. I wanted to look at what was there. Memorial Day is coming up, obviously, and I'll go put something there. My mom and brother, when they died, and the cemetery doesn't do this anymore, but at the time, they put these big, heavy, I suppose they're brass, flower pot things. They're in the ground, so you can pull them out, flip them over, and put flowers in them. My mom and brothers are so, their whole thing is just kind of sunk. I will have to talk to them again when I go in because I'd mentioned it when I went in for my dad and she's like, they could have a look. I need to have them look again about doing something to bring their markers a little bit up more because it's been a long time. My mom died when I was 6. My oldest brother died when I was 9. So they've been out there a while. But again, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to go and get cremated and there's a plot out there and I think they can just throw you in the plot. So you don't even need a marker or anything. I need to go get that done too. I need to like have all of those arrangements done because I don't have any of that done. I need to go update my will, do all the things that nobody wants to do. We don't want to do these things, but when you have them done, you'll feel so much better. I do have a will. Everything went to my dad and my brother. I want to go up and update it so it goes to my brother if he was still alive and my niece, my nephews, and then their children. So I need to go do that. I need to see about my book royalties, what would happen with those. Yeah, anyway, but I did want to share about, if you get somebody's tax return sent to you or sent to them to go in and if you're the executor of the will and there's a record there, it should be able to. But like I said, I did take all the paperwork with me. So there's that. That's a cheery way to start the vlog. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And this is part of adulting. So I think the rain has stopped a little. I'm going to go get myself a pretzel and a frozen Coke. And then I'm going to go home and it's an eBay day. I have got to get stuff listed on eBay today. Back from Sam's Club. Here's my haul. The icy machine was down. She's like, there is no carbonation going through it. I'm like, I understand. Paper towels, more hand soap, more bar soap for me. Disinfecting wipes, their brand, so much cheaper than the Clorox. What I've noticed, and you may notice this too if you order online from Sam's Club, they've changed their packaging on some products. So like these, it was showing out of stock, the ones I've ordered in the past. I'm like, well, what the heck? And then I had to buy the expensive Clorox ones last time. But this time I looked around, no, the ones that it says out of stock are the old packaging, the old barcode. They now have this in stock. So I had to go and search for it, but I found it. It's a lot cheaper. More Parm cheese. And then I got 2 more of these vinegars. My plumber recommended pouring distilled vinegar down the drains at least once a month, sometimes twice. So sinks and showers, and I have 2 sides of the sink in the kitchen, and then I have 2 bathrooms, each with a sink and a shower. So I was out of it. It's already almost the middle of the month, but anyway, get this done. Okay, so it is a bit later. That's a heating pad, by the way. Like, what's that thing hanging there? Heating pad. So it is release day for my newest children's book, A Memorial Day to Remember, part of the Pug Dog Tales series. So I was doing like social media sharing, getting all the back end stuff done for that. So I did that. I filmed a short yesterday for my other channel, going out to the theme park to pick up my theme park passes. So if you're interested in the more like fun, non-business related content, make sure you're following my other channel because I'm posting that there now. And it's usually short form videos. So, then put away the stuff from Sam's Club, put the vinegar down the drains. And now what I'm doing, yesterday I took a bunch of eBay photos just on my phone. So what I do when I'm sitting here just relaxing with the dogs is I go into the eBay app on my phone. I select an active listing and I click sell similar. The first question it'll say is, do you want to keep these photos or delete them? I delete them. And then I add photos for an item I'm going to sell. And then I do save for later, and it saves it as a draft. So I will do that, keep just repeating the process, sell similar, delete the photos, upload new photos, save for later. When they're all done, I will then switch to my laptop, edit the photos, and complete the listing. That's been the process now. You can obviously edit the photos on your phone before you upload them if you want to, but I have been finding it more helpful to do it on the computer on eBay directly because I can lighten them and crop at the same time. It's just like one less step. And then I can push them through. What I'd like to do, what I should do, what eBay tells you to do, what we all know, is to like list 1 thing a day or 1 or 2 things a day. I don't have a ton of stuff to list. So rather than list a bunch of stuff all in one day and then you don't list anything for a while, if you want to keep eBay active and feed the algorithm, space your listings out. I've never been one really to worry so much about that. My feeling is if you have the time to do it, get it done. Like list when you can. But since I do have the time now and I don't have a ton of stuff, like if you're listing daily, but since mine's kind of spaced out, you know, maybe get 1 thing up today, 1 thing up tomorrow. Once the drafts are done, they're just ready to go. And again, I can push them through then on my phone whenever I feel like it. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and finish creating these drafts while I hang out with the puppies. Well, hello. It is the next day. It is Friday. Where has the week gone? It's a nice sunny day. Thank goodness, because when you live in Iowa or any agricultural area, the stress of the farmers being able to farm it trickles down. I don't live on a farm. I've never lived on a farm, not a farmer. But it's always like, okay, we need the rain. We need the rain. Oh, now it needs to stop raining so the farmers can plant. But then once they're done, we need more rain because we're technically still in a drought. But then we have severe weather and a tornado could come and take out all the crops. And then if it's a bad year, you know, so God bless our farmers. That is a hard job. I have just been doing computer work, which is nothing exciting to blog or vlog. So Instagram, oh my God, the Instagram drama. So years ago hi Teddy, when I first started with an Instagram account, I had an account, I think it's just my name, Ann Eckhart, And I built it up to over, I think it was like 11 or 12,000 followers. This was back in the day where in order to have a link, so you would post in your story and then you'd be swipe up, and you could swipe up and put a link there to whatever site you wanted to drive people to. But in order to get the swipe up, you had to have 10,000 followers. And I worked so hard. This was back when I was full-time reselling pretty much. And like reseller friends, we'd all work together to promote each other and go follow this person to get it up to I had over 10,000 followers and I get the swipe up thing, you know? Nowadays, you don't need that. Anybody can post a link in their stories. But this was when you needed 10,000, and it took me forever to get there, but I got there. And so I had my business account. Eventually, then they changed it so anybody could have a link, but fine. I still had these over like 12,000 followers. That account got hacked. I can go into it, but when I do, the whole system goes wonky and it like bounces around and I get frozen out. I don't know what happened to it. So it's unusable to me now. So I started another account, which is Ann_Marie_Eckhart. And that's the one I've been using. Haven't built that up. It has less than 2,000 followers, like 1,500. I don't know. I'm taking that account down because, well, I'm taking it down and I have another Instagram account that I had been using for my Etsy shop. I don't have the Etsy sticker shop anymore. I haven't been using it. So I at first was going like, I don't even need Instagram. I might as well just like private it and whatever. But then I was like, okay, well, I have this other page that I had for the Etsy shop, which I think had like 1,300 or so followers on it. And so I decided I'm going to rebrand that one. So I rebranded it to Author Ann Eckhart. And I decided that's going to be my public account, my public Instagram account, where I'll, you know, the main purpose with that is to drive traffic to my books. But if I do like a fun TikTok or something, I'll post it there, right? So anything public will go there. So I have been trying to go through and private my other one, transfer to this new one, or newly branded. And then I have a link tree, which if you have a lot of links and you can only put one link in a bio, you can do something called a link tree, which is a service where you can have, it's one link, but when people click on it, it gives them all your links. Well, that thing was seriously outdated. So now I've been working on that. Plus now you can have a shop in your link tree. So I've been creating my shop with links to my books. So I've just been knee deep in the technical, you know, back end, kind of mind-numbingly boring, but at least it is easy, but also boring of updating links and just trying to get all that sorted. Got to check the weather here because it is nice. I need to mow again. Crazy how this weather, again, I know depending on where you live, your climate, but for us to be already mowing every week in May is crazy. Used to be you could kind of wait till June, but nope. It's growing like weeds, but the farmers need the rain. But yesterday, like, it's got to stop. Right? It's just the stress. Because if the farmers go down, if John Deere goes down, the whole Iowa goes down. So it's always that, like, please, just enough rain, but let the farmers plant. My dad would be so into that right now, you know. Are the farmers planting? Can we go out and drive and see what's getting planted? And the new John Deere tractors that are coming out. There's a new one. It's been out. I can't remember. I think it was being developed, or they had released it before he passed, so he knew about it, where it's like a self-driving tractor now. So my dad worked in the marketing department at John Deere, which you would think was advertising, but no. What they did is when a tractor order was placed, most tractors are built to order. So a farmer comes in and gets one, or a corporation comes in and gets multiples. I think, because he can never really tell me what he did either, I think his department was the first stop. So the order would come in and then his team would start breaking out what pieces to be ordered to get the order done. He would come home at night and he'd have all these like green and white sheets, and he would, during the weekend, like be marking stuff on them. Like, what are you doing? I don't even think he knew. But he was a supervisor at John Deere. So he had like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 people in his department. And he survived the big 80s layoff. If you ever the farm crisis of the 80s, and John Deere laid off 10,000 people and it just devastated us. He made it out of that, and was then a few years later was able to retire early with full pension and benefits, the gold standard, which he just, thank goodness, like he always said, because that insurance paid for my mom's treatment when she was battling cancer for 4 years before she died. They paid for every penny of it. So we are always been very thankful to John Deere. And now I've gone off on a tangent about farming and John Deere and tractors, and you're probably like, wasn't this like about reselling or something? But anyway, that's all I had to share. So I at least wanted to come on and finish up the vlog. Again, I am try to post more on my second channel, shorter videos, just when I'm out doing something quick. So you can check that out. And I think it's Mother's Day weekend, but I do believe the estate sale company that has the warehouse is actually having their sale this weekend. They have one sale a month, and they bring multiple estates to it. And Monday would be 75% off day. So that's when I'll go. But, oh, Mother's Day is on Sunday. Yeah, I was thinking Mother's Day was on Monday, like it was a 3-day weekend. And then soon it will be Memorial Day. And then 4th of July. And then we'll be back to school. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and it's already Christmas. And then it's 2025. There it is. Anyway, thanks for watching this long, listening to me blab. If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions. And of course, make sure you're subscribed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. I'll give you a little peek at the dogs. Hi, boys. Hi, Teddy. Are we finally sitting down and snuggling? Hi, sweet boy. And there's Charlie is already sleeping. You guys are so sweet. I love you. They're like, let us nap, Mom. We're so tired.